So a lot of times when I'm looking for content or looking for things to share with you guys and talk about and, maybe even react to, a lot of times that comes out of stuff that I'm actually seeing on my own feeds and different things like that. And so I was scrolling through TikTok a couple days ago and I saw this video that I wanted to kind of just share some thoughts in and react to it. It's a pretty funny video, but I do think some of the messaging behind it, yeah, let's just talk about it. So, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead, go over here onto to TikTok. Here is the owner. Is that Jay Hat? I don't know. Jace. Yeah, Jay. I think is what we'll call it. But anyway, let's check this video out and talk about it just a little bit.
Hello, I was just wondering, how many worship songs do you guys do before service?
Sing 9.
9?
That's exciting.
I don't even care if you know David's secret chord. I think that this might be the church for me.
Awesome. What are your pronouns, by the way?
Oh, you lost me. So I was just wondering, what do you guys believe in?
So we actually pray to Trump.
Lucky for you, I know a God.
President Trump, is that you?
No, you idiot.
He also has a part 2, right? Let's see where it is. Here it is.
So what Bible do you guys read from?
Oh, our pastor doesn't read from the Bible.
Oh, so he just talks out of his other head.
To
Hello,
take this call, please send $20 to...
Oh, I just know you guys got a big
954.
temple.
Yeah, we just try to stay trendy.
Yeah, but what does that mean exactly?
Hold on, worship is starting.
So what Bible do you guys read from?
So yeah, you can see these videos and find the humor in that for sure, because a lot of churches are really whack, and it can be probably difficult for people to find a new church. But is this? And this is kind of the thought I had as I was watching this. Like, is this really the right approach? Like, going in and questioning different churches, questioning, especially when it comes to like worship stuff. Now, there's big tent theological positions that, like, if a church is affirming, if a church is, all about money so that they can keep building and building and building, those are probably going to be some deal breakers. But when it comes to like, oh, well, I don't like the worship set, or, the pastor doesn't preach as exegetically as I'd like him to, or he doesn't go through book by book and all this stuff. We saw this a couple times. I know we're seeing it more and more and more. If your pastor doesn't do X, Y, and Z, then you need to leave. If your worship leader is singing Elevation or Hillsong or Bethel or any of this stuff, then you need to leave and find a new church and all this stuff. And I think that while this is funny, while it's relatable, and believe me, like, I think a lot of these things, like, he's just poking fun at it. But consumer Christianity has gotten to a spot where it gets to a place where, if you're not doing exactly what I say, then I'll just go to this other church. If your preferences aren't what I like, then I'll just go to this other church. I'm not saying there's an oversaturation of churches, because of course not. We need more churches. We need more pastors. We need more planters. But at the same time, sometimes having a church down the road, having a church down the street, in the minds of people in the seats, in the chairs, in the pews, it makes it to where, well, I can just go over here. And now since the pandemic and since 2020, you don't even have to sit in a physical seat anymore, because I can go listen to any other teacher. I can go listen to somebody that I really enjoy because I follow them on TikTok or Instagram. You can like a worship leader and see that they're guest leading at this church, and I'm going to go online over here. And what that ends up doing, again, it creates the consumer mentality of, I'm here as long as the church does what I want it to do, or as long as it's fitting the preferences that I have. Now, I love the fact that there's a lot of other churches, and I think it's awesome that there's different flavors of churches for people to find their spot. But we have got to find the middle ground of being able to train people to recognize healthy churches, to recognize that maybe the church that you're a part of, that God still wants you to be a part of, isn't making the decision that makes you the most comfortable. And being able to stick it out and trust your pastors, trust your leadership. And I know that might be hard for some people. I know there might be some people on the other side of this video who would be like, hey, I can't trust my pastor because look at how crazy Pastor X, Y, and Z is. I get it. But there has to be some level of trust to say, it might not be how I would do it, but I'm still going to trust this person. not leaving at every single thing that you disagree with, that you wouldn't do, that you don't want to be a part of. I think that's the thing here of like, dude, if you're actually, now again, this guy, I'm just using it as an example, but like if you're actually calling churches and you're willing to ask those kind of questions of what worship sets do you do and how long do you guys do this and all this stuff, stop it. Go to a church, pray about it, seek the Holy Spirit and see what he says, because I've been a part of churches where there's 45 minutes of worship. I've been a part of churches and services and gatherings where there's 15 minutes of worship. Both have been powerful. Both have had really amazing encounters with God. And I've heard people preach for an hour. I've heard people preach for 20 minutes. Both can be impactful. And let's not just use the consumeristic kind of ideas that we have in our own brains about how we should be, pushing that onto our church leaders and different things like that. So let me know what you think. Is this something that you've done in the past? Are you shopping around for churches right now? Maybe you're disenfranchised with the whole thing. Share your experience. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you in the next video. God bless.